What's up, San Antonio Sparce fans? My name is Indomitable Will, and we are here for our second run of the WPF Delta. Last season, we went 4-5, and unfortunately, that landed us 9th seed, which means we just missed playoffs. But this season, we are back with a vengeance. And we are going to take that championship home. Alright, so when I said back with a vengeance, we mean business this season. And we were 9th pick in this 16-man draft. And what we got at 9th, last season got at 1st overall, which is our very first pick of the draft, Urshifu Single Strike. So, Urshifu Single Strike is a dark and fighting type. It has great coverage. In Gen 9, it got access to the moves Swords Dance and Trailblaze, making it that much more threatening. And it also got the item Punching Glove, meaning punching moves deal an additional 1.2 damage, 1.2 times damage, and don't make contact, so Rocky Helmets will not affect it. So, Urshifu Single Strike, I believe, in this meta, which is lower tier Terra. Last season we had one Terra captain and it could be a higher tier Terra. This season it's all lower tier Terra, and I believe in this kind of format Urshifu can thrive. And I'm so happy to have picked that up 9th out of 16th overall. And up next, we have our second heavy hitter of the team. We have Ogerpon Hearthflame. So, this thing has been an absolute menace in draft. And yes, I know with the Hearthflame mask, it does kind of end up weak to Stealth Rocks, but it makes up for that in power. All of its moves are boosted by 20% thanks to the Hearthflame mask, and it also gets very strong coverage. You have ground coverage in Stomping Tantrum, fairy coverage in Play Rough, you got rock coverage in Rock Tomb, and Fire and Grass is overall a really good offensive typing. You have other things like Superpower. Ogerpon is a massive threat and very, very offensive Pokemon, and I've seen this thing able to just sweep through multiple people, so very excited to add it to the team this season. Up next, we have another offensive powerhouse. We have Iron Bundle. And Iron Bundle, as long as it hits Hydro Pumps, it's amazing. If it doesn't hit Hydro Pumps, well, it's still pretty good, but we want to land those Hydro Pumps. So, Iron Bundle, amazingly fast special attacker, which pairs with our two physical attackers pretty nicely. Gets Flip Turn for momentum. And overall, just really, really solid addition to the team. Up next, we have Landorus Incarnate. And this bad boy has Sheer Force. So, usually Landorus Incarnate with Sheer Force is ranked a little bit too high, or priced a little bit too high. WPF had it ranked at 14 points, which I couldn't say no to that. Like, this thing got Nasty Plot. This thing is a monster, and it makes my top 4 one of the scariest offenses in the league. And we plan to show everybody why this season. Up next, we have our first of 2 Terra captains. We have Comfey. So Comfey can Terra into the types Fire, Steel, and Fairy. One of them had to be Stab, so Fairy there. And then Fire and Steel. Fire, mostly so Comfey can beat those Steel types. And Steel, so it's immune to poison. Things such as Toxic and Clear Smog. And Comfey can set up stored power. It gets all of its healing moves have priority thanks to Triage. Overall, I think Comfey is going to be a very, very good Terra captain, and I think it has crazy potential. And Comfey is also one of the best Urshifu single strike checks in the entire game, and we got it off the board. So, coming up next, we have Scizor. Scizor is exactly what I needed to kill fairies for my Urshifu. It has Bullet Punch, it has U-Turn, great pivot, great stab pivoting, great revenge killer. Scizor kind of offered it all, and very, very important piece to my offensive structure of the team. And yeah, there's just not much else to say other than Scizor was just one of the best steel types I could ask for with this team composition. So I'm so glad we were able to pick it up. Up next, we have Glimmora. What's better to pair with Urshifu than something that kills fairies and sets hazards? Glimmora setting all sorts of hazards for us will be vital in our offensive game plan coming to fruition. Glimmora's job is to weaken the opposing Pokemon so that my setup sweepers can come in and clean them up. Alright, up next we have Komala. So, Komala gets Rapid Spin, which is really nice. It has the ability Comatose, which means it can't be statused, and it's a pure normal type. At this point, I was kind of thinking, oh, we kind of lose to Spectrier, so I wanted to get a pure normal type so that wouldn't happen, and Komala definitely does fill that role. And finally, our 9th and last Pokemon of the draft, we have our second of 2 Terra Captains, we have Bellibolt. And Bellibolt, its Terras are Water, Steel, and Electric. Bellibolt was an absolute menace in PPL Bolt and Flare. It was the kill leader. Squid showed everyone why it should be a feared Pokemon, and I hope to do the same this season. So that's my draft. Let me know what y'all think of it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys for our Week 1 battle, which is happening next Friday.